Good morning, everyone. So yesterday in my Discord, one of the members asked me, will stocks, in particular oil stocks, will they go up if the war between Israel and Hamas spreads and includes Iran, right? So that's a good question. And it would seem that we can come up with a simple answer. My simple answer that I just came out right away was to say yes. But then I thought to myself, we're not looking at a pharmaceutical stock and whether it will go up if it gets FDA approval or not. We're not looking at something where we can give an opinion. Here we have an opportunity. We can actually look back at history because history repeats itself. And sometimes some things just have the same old formula. Just like Jerome Powell said, when it comes to inflation, unfortunately, central banks always have one tool that they can rely on, and that's to raise rates. When we can think of another tool, we'll let you guys know. So when it comes to oil stocks, if we were to buy oil stocks, right, invest in oil companies now, and if this war between Palestine and Israel were to escalate into a regional war, would that create wealth for those who own oil stocks? I wish personally that wars would stop, but I don't, it's politicians just, they have a mind of their own, you know how they work. Let's look at history, guys. We're going to look back at events that occurred and what exactly happened to the Dow Jones. The oil stocks, did they outperform the Dow Jones? Did they outperform the market? Did they not? We'll look at it in detail. You're going to be shocked at the results. So oil stocks, guys, have actually generally performed well during wars. So that's not a surprise, I think, to many. This is because oil is a critical commodity that is used in a variety of industries, including transportation, manufacturing, and energy production. During wartime, demand for oil often increased, and that is because of governments and businesses prioritizing military operations and essential services. Let's look at World War I and what happened during that time. In World War I, the oil prices more than doubled between 1914 and 1918, and oil stocks performed well during that period. The Dow Jones Industrial Average returned 50% during this time, and oil stocks such as Standard Oil and Royal Dutch Shell outperformed the market, guys. How about World War II? Let's look at that. Oil prices again rose during World War II, and oil stocks continued to outperform the market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average returned 125% during this period, and oil stocks such as ExxonMobil and Chevron returned even more. What about the US-Iraq War of 2003? What happened during that time? During the US-Iraq War, oil prices rose sharply in the lead up to the US-Iraq War in 2003, and oil stocks performed well during this period. The Dow Jones Industrial Average returned 25% during this period, and oil stocks such as ConocoPhillips, Marathon Petroleum outperformed the market. How about the Afghanistan War? Did that have an effect on the oil stocks, and what did they do then? Well, during the Afghanistan War, the oil prices were relatively stable, and oil stocks performed in line with the overall market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average returned positive 12% during this period, and oil stocks such as Occidental Petroleum and EOG Resources returned about the same. What about during the Ukrainian War, which is still going on, the Russian-Ukrainian War? Oil prices have surged since the start of the Ukraine War in February of 2022, and oil stocks have outperformed the market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has returned 10% during this period, while oil stocks such as Schlumberger and Halliburton have returned over 50%. So it is important to note that there are also many factors that can affect the performance of oil stocks, including the overall state of the economy, the supply and demand for oil, and the geopolitical events. However, historical data has proven to us that during major world events, including wars, the oil stocks have surged, and they always have outperformed the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So looking at history, we know that history repeats itself. More than likely, going forward, an investment in an oil stock is bound to give you great returns. We also see that with Warren Buffett, who since last year, and even up until 3 months ago, he has been buying up stock of Occidental Petroleum. Here are some of the reasons why oil stocks tend to perform well during major global wars. Increased demand for oil from governments and businesses. supply disruptions from oil-producing regions affected by the war, rising oil prices, which boost the profits of oil companies, increased investment in oil exploration and production. And also I would add that oil is not going away, especially the more the world gets screwed up and we have wars. The whole EV dream and lithium being the new gold is only going to get pushed back. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about what you just saw in this video. If you like this video, you can share this video, hit the like button, subscribe, join my Discord. The link will be in the comment section below, and have a good day, everyone. Take care.